Hey, quick talk, motherfuckers. Quick talk, motherfuckers. So, we have a government system that's supposed to have its own checks and balances, right? But when you think about it, there's only two parties, and together those parties represent each other, really. You have a Republican that wins, and then you have a Democrat that wins. And then a Republican that wins, and then a Democrat that wins. A Republican that wins, and then a Democrat that wins. You have the military that is backing the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the President. You have the police that is backing the military, the government, the state. The people are peasants and slaves. We are supposed to have our own militia called a gang to keep them from being tyrants, authoritarianisms. How can you say we have a checks and balance when everybody that is together to check each other are together? There is no checks and balancing right now. Think about it. They're together, acting as enemy. They are together, acting as enemy. And the way they are acting as enemy is by making me and my lady separate. By making my color and yours separate. For they understand we, the people, are supposed to be together and united, for we, the people, are the ones that are supposed to keep them in check. The police are supposed to have a gang to keep them in check, for the police keeps the gang in check, and the gang keeps the police in check. You're going to tell me I am a bad man if I run a gang which has a Chipotle, a Starbucks, an In-N-Out, a Walmart, a gas station, a convenience store. I'm not putting any fear on them at all. This is obviously, I don't own a gang. I'm just saying. How do you keep the police in check from doing evil deeds when they have to protect themselves so they don't lose their job or their money? There is supposed to be a gang to come through and say, what happened? Why are you in here? Tell me your story. Holy shit, you didn't do anything. You just happened to be in the wrong place, wrong time, and look like the suspect. Or you just happened to be in wrong place, wrong time, and camera said, I have to fucking put this guy away. He might fucking say something. I'm going to get you out, and I'm going to make that motherfucker lose his job. How is there a checks and balancing process if both parties are the power together? When you really think about it, they're together making deals for each other. Who is there to police the police if the people are not together and afraid of the police? Who is there to stop anything? I'm not saying everybody is correct. I'm not saying a gang is going to be perfect. I'm not saying government officials are going to be perfect. I'm not saying the police is going to be perfect. And I'm not saying the gang is going to be evil at its core. The police are going to be evil at its core. The government is going to be evil at its core. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying we have sinner mentality, tempted by temptation. If there is not somebody to the right of you and left of you to check you from being the guy that cuts the person's throat to the right, who is ever going to stop you from doing it? I think every peasant, I am peasant. I think all of us know we are looking to government to save our ass when the government does not really give a fuck to save your ass. If anything, they want you more dependent on them. So why do you hate your neighbor? And by your neighbor, I mean your entire community. The homeless man that's begging for food, all the way up to the boss running the warehouse. We together have got to be together. For when we are together, we have the power to change the top dog who's making the rules and the prices. I think every single one of you, even the top dog, thinks everything's too expensive right now. But you can't just dip the price for then people lose their wealth and economy. It's a very complicated thing, and I still don't have all the answers to it. But is there really a checks and balancing process within pretty much everything? Or is the police all together to save each other's ass if there's a fuck up? Who is going to save the man or woman that happens to be in the right situation at the right time where he should be getting paid millions because they fucked up, but he has nothing? So how's he going to get it? He'd probably be smarter to run, right? Because they're fucking powerful. You can't even record when you go into their courts. Does that not seem fishy to you? Seems fishy to me. Is the Democratic and Republican Party really separated to check and balance each other? Why isn't there a third party, or a fourth, or a fifth, or a sixth party? Why is there only two? You're going to tell me that just two parties really are not working together to make it look like there is dark versus light when it's always been the same thing? How many terms have we been on now where it's literally went Republican to Democratic, Republican to Democratic, president-elect winner, to Republican winner, to Democratic winner, to the Senate being owned by the Republic, to the Senate being owned by the Democrats, to the Senate being owned by the Republic, to the Senate being owned by the Democrats? Where's the third party? Why isn't there a third party? Why isn't there a seventh, 12th? How many of you think differently? How many of us, just bottom barrel people that are friends with a big group of friends, of 12 friends, think differently? You're going to tell me all 12 friends are going to reside for one side to the other? Or are they going to be disagree, somewhat disagree, neutral, somewhat agree, and agree? That's all different parties, not just two sides. I don't know, just batting off my head a little bit. I don't have all the answers, not saying I do, but are we in a republic or are we in authoritarianism where a republic is before anything really happens, it's talked to by everybody. The president, the government officials, whether it be the Senate and the House of Representatives. Then it goes to the police. Then it goes to the military. And then after the military, it goes to the regular middle class to upper class to lower class people for the final say of yes, that should be passed. Why is only executive branch and then House of Republican Senate is having the say for all the people? Is that an authoritarianism? I hope I'm saying that right. Or is it a republic? Why do the people have no say in what the fuck is going on if we're in a republic? Who's your government official? Do you know his name or her name? Who the fuck are they? When do you see them? Why is it not that you have to say yes, that's okay? Shit, we have phones. You get an Amber Alert when somebody goes missing. Why can't you just get an Amber Alert that says, hey, law being has passed the Senate, the House, the police, the military. Your turn. What do you think of this law? You have final say, for it's your world. For there's way more of us doing the regular job, whether it be upper class, middle class, poverty, than there is in the police, in the military, in the government. Why is it that the majority has no say if we're in a republic?